we're going to look at some common shoe cleaning challenges with the new Dremel Versa today. It's a pretty exciting new product. Some of the products we're going to use, we'll talk about these a little bit more later. I'm going to clean 4 different shoes. There's actually a 5th one here we're going to take a look at as well, but this is what we're going to use to clean the new Dremel Versa. We'll show you how this works. Let's talk about the shoes we're going to look at. Totally different materials, totally different shoes, kind of different situations here. So we'll look at a tape midsole Vans. We'll look at a knit, 2 different Ultra Boost versions, different knit uppers. This AJ1 has some that Calabasas is pretty sick. So there's some of these tools as well. Again, just Mark products, a couple of brushes, obviously some water, paper towels, keep things clean. We're going to use that to pick stuff out of the sole with that Calabasas, and then the Dremel Versa and some of the different heads. Different heads have different roughness. That white one is like a magic eraser kind of a finish. The brown one's a little too rough. This is a cover that helps keep water spray down, but it also blocks your view, right? So when you put water on this and it spins, it'll kick water around for sure, so know that. But I don't like to use it when I'm doing shoes because I can't see, right? We use that brush as well, but that Velcro head lets us attach differently. So let's look at this AJ1. Right, so we got a Black Royal. This is from 2013 release, I think, anyway. And there's shoe polish scuff. You can see that I polished those, which is a nice way to keep them going. But you've got some scuff on the edge, like some residue from the shoe polish itself, and it's really, really hard to get that off. Right? It's not designed to come off, it's designed to stay on. I didn't know that when I polished these shoes, and I've had a lot of trouble getting it off. And so you can see here, just with a little bit of water, even starting with some water, the Versa starts to knock that off, and it's like an eraser. You start to take a little bit of soap and get in there, and you can see me getting into those edges there, right? The edges are what's tricky, and that's why I don't have that guard on it. Right? If you're going over the edges, keep hitting the edges. You can also get in that lace line. Right? A lace line gets dirty and that Versa gets right in there and cleans it out. Right? You clean all the edges, you got everything off. A little bit on the toe here, let's do it again. Right? It's super detailed there, right? I'm just kind of tiny little spots that I'm trying to get that done with the Versa. That was nearly impossible doing it by hand. Right, so we'll look at some mud on a Vans sort of like tape sole. This isn't really a cup sole, it's a tape sole. It's a little bit different, right? And there's also a pad print on that sole. So we're going to start by using this brush. I'm just going to knock some of the loose dirt off. Right, I went to a party, stepped out of a car, just mud, I had no idea. So again, this brush is just knocking off the loose mud, what'll come off with no water, no nothing. Right? It's just a dry brush. Again, kind of details, get as much of that as you can. You can see what you're doing, which I love about it. And it's doing the work, not you. Right, getting in the edges, there's lots of little creases and different layers of tape, rubber tape that make up that midsole. And so we'll take that big brush off. We'll put this kind of blue kind of scrubber on, a little bit of soap, a little bit of water, and it just disappears. Now I want to be a little bit delicate around that pad printed bolt there, because if you push too hard you might knock some of that print off, so just be delicate around that. You're going to use the soap and water essentially as a lubricant to kind of float the device over details. That rubber tag on the heel, it can take some abuse, right? So that's just getting in there, cleaning up those details, making sure that as much of that dirt as I can get out are gone. I'm not trying to make these look like dead stock. I'm just trying to make them look fresh, right? And so that was me getting some of the water that I got on that suede off, which is no problem. I was really pleased to know that that spinning brush doesn't mess up the suede, even if you get on there. So use a different process to clean the suede than I would the midsole. But like, a few passes, just a few minutes, clean. That's a gray midsole, by the way, not white, so we're not going for bleach there. But anyway, really pleased. So we're going to look at this Calabasas, right? And then that's some paint on the toe. I'll talk about this shoe in a second here. Just junk, mud. I was actually doing some sort of construction stuff at home on this shoe, and it's just there's like drywall powder, dust, and even in those laces, right? So we just kind of soak those laces, and here's where I'm using that screwdriver. I'm just picking as much of this junk out as I can. Right, I don't like that I use this shoe to do some cleaning projects around the house with, but when you don't have dumb shoes, then you gotta use nice shoes to do projects. So with that dry brush, right, again, no water here. I'm just getting the rest of that residue out. Drop a little bit of water on there, no soap even, just cleaning it up. Just that pass. No water, or no soap, just water. Did a really good job on that outsole. Did the same thing on the midsole. Cups, scrubbing it, cleaning them up. This is a little bit amazing to me too. This is that blue pad, a little bit of water, got that paint off. Right, use a little bit of that Jason Mark soap, clean it up. Get that tongue. Right, this is top grain leather, so we can take that water, right? But this was just a few minutes. Dry it off. Give it some brushes. Clean. Unbelievable. Kind of dry those laces out, stick them in, good to go. I was blown away how well I cleaned that. So let's look at just getting the day off of the bottom of a pair of white shoes. Ultra Boost white out. So I'm going to talk a little bit later about how to clean the Ultra Boost itself, because there's a trick to that. Got a little bit of scuff on the upper here, but with a knit that loose, that's a wool upper. I'm not comfortable using that brush on that, but I am on the outsole, right? And this is absolute beast to try to get done by hand. Just put that Jason Mark product. Turns out I probably should have just started with dish soap here, but the Jason Mark product I think is a little more for the uppers than the outsole, but you know, kind of clean it off. Get that tip. Clean it. Right, just kind of get in there, get at it. Then I come back in, do another layer with just regular dish soap, white, so it doesn't leave any residue. Right, just get at it, and done. I was super surprised at how clean that outsole got. Again, just a little bit of water, a couple of different passes, using the clean white. Super surprised at that. It's great. That would have taken all day. So we're going to get some grime off of a knit upper here. We're going to look at a knit upper. We're also going to look at this Ultra Boost, right? So let's listen on this Ultra Boost, because this is real. You got different materials here. That's kind of several different materials going on, but I don't even know what happened. I don't know how that stuff happened. It just did. Laces, beat. So anyway, kind of soak those laces. That Jason Mark product on the top, and that's a pad print on knit, and it just crushed it, right? It didn't nap the fabric at all. Just get a little more water, make sure you've got enough water on there, that knit can take it. It took the dirt out in just a few passes. I was genuinely shocked. Right? You can't really see it there, but there's a little scuff on the toe as well. Took it out. No disruption to the surface of the fabric. It was awesome. Right, so we'll flip over to that blue. Do not use the magic eraser on Ultra Boost. Just don't. Right, a little bit of soap, a little bit of water. Make sure you're using enough, and then float it over the top. Right, the dirt doesn't really get deep into that sealed foam, but you just kind of float it lightly over the top, let the machine do the work, don't press down. Done. I mean, that was an absolute breeze. But if you press down too hard, you could scuff that Ultra Boost, and know that. That was awesome.